Hello everyone, CrystalFissure here, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play. It is none other than Spyro Year of the Dragon Reignited by Toys for Bob / Spyro Games.
Get her! Stop her!
We managed to capture the eggs, Your Highness. Every last one.
Excellent. Maybe you will amount to something after all. Now go guard the tunnels. Stop anyone from coming through.
Where are the eggs?
The holes came out on the other side of the dragon worlds. We found some of the eggs, but they were too heavy to carry back.
The other side of the world?
The Forgotten Realms. Spyro, you'll have to go. Nobody else can fit down the holes.
Yeah, come on, let's go!
Find the eggs and bring them back, Spyro. You're our only chance.
You got it!
Alrighty, here we are with Spyro Year of the Dragon, developed by Toys for Bob, but kind of, you know? And that's gonna be where much of the debate comes from. That's where a lot of the discussion is going to be coming from. It's that this is a game that is developed, or meant to be developed by Toys for Bob, but ended up being primarily developed, or primarily, you know, a bulk of the work was done by Spyro Games, who I like. And that's where it's very interesting, because this is, you know, Spyro 3 is a very interesting game. It's the third in the series, obviously, and it's where Insomniac started to change as a studio. You know, it's where they kind of started to... They got bored of Spyro, if you will. That's why you get all the different characters. And as an undertaking as well, it required a lot of stuff, you know, let's just say it.
To look left or right, use the right stick. To quickly center the camera behind you, tap
Thank you, Zoe. Zoe, you're breaking kayfabe here. You know, Spyro 3 is, it's the one with the most modifications to the engine. You know, you've got to do all this stuff. There's all these cool mini games and stuff like that. And that's a hard task.
You're the one in charge of rescuing the eggs, huh? How sad. Look here, Dragon. If you know what's good for you, you'll turn around and crawl back into that hole you came through. Those eggs belong to us now, and I've hidden them in places you'll never find in 1,000 years. Besides, even if you could find any eggs, our expertly trained armies would hunt you down and take them back. Do I make myself clear? If I find you here again, I am going to be very angry, and you won't like me when I'm angry.
She doesn't seem overly angry, let's be honest here. But yeah, so, you know, Spyro 3 had all this modification to the engine, you know, or rather, you know, all these additions, really. All these different mechanics, skateboarding, and that's why you see Spyro 3, in my opinion, struggle quite a lot in Reignited. But, graphically, I really like Spyro 3. I think they've done a good job with it. Something about it kind of hits for me. I don't know, it's maybe I'm biased, I'm not sure. I just kind of like it. There's Liam, or as Spyro Jam 86 would say, Liam. So, yeah, it's definitely interesting as well you know, playing it all these years later as well, you know, well, this game came in 2018, it's now 2022. I think it still looks good. You know, that's the thing. I mean, obviously, I know we just finished the Spyro 2 Let's Play. I think it still looks good. Spyro 3 got the most criticism at the time. But I was reading this in the Spyro, it was a Spyro Discord server about modding and hacking and stuff, and you know, you best believe I'm in there reading through everything, looking at all the stuff that's going on. You know, someone said that, I think it was Cookies, this guy Cookies, he said that, you know, Spyro 3 is almost, it's the most authentic to the original because they almost didn't have time to have their own interpretations, which is, you know, it's not, it sounds like a backhanded compliment, it isn't really, like it isn't really backhanded, but it, you know, it sounds like it. Yeah. Now, anyway, let's talk about the story. Spyro 3, you know, you've got the missing dragon eggs and all the Forgotten Worlds and all that kind of stuff. Good to see Argus again. Good to see my man Argus. You know, the voice acting, it brings it down a touch. You know, I think part of it is because just the nostalgia of the original. I know my friend Mr. Game said he is someone that always preferred the Spyro 3 voice acting and moneybags to Spyro 2, which I know wasn't. It's not, I'd say it's less likely. Maybe the split's like, I'm going to say 35-65 towards Spyro 2. Was it Greg? No, Greg Berger, that's Ripto, isn't it? Who am I thinking here? It's like, I forgot. James something, and yeah. He did voice, in Spyro 2 he did voice work for, I feel like he did like GTA 4 voice work or something like that, or Resistance, or yeah, I don't know. Interesting. But yeah, it's a subtle, musically, it's very subtle what they're doing here as well. Listen. It sounds more subtle than it did in Spyro, like in the originals. And you know, the music overall, I think, I would say I like the Spyro Reignited soundtrack, but nothing to me. Just, I think the usage of the samples in Spyro 2, you know, and yeah, Spyro 2 and 3, and a little bit 1 are better.
I just found one of those portal thing in the jigs that leads to a different world, but you'll have to glide to get across to it. Press the jump button, then press jump again while you're in the air to glide. Just follow me.
Yeah, if Hunter, how does he go through? Does he just get like automatically whisked there? Have you ever thought about that? How does Hunter go through these portals? Like, wouldn't he just fall? If you think about it? Something to think about, lads.
To get the best.
Yeah. But yeah, like, I think... There we go.
I saw something shiny in that cave over there.
Yes, thank you,
Let's go
Hunter,
check
bro.
it out.
Yeah, dude.
You can get there by hovering.
Yeah,
to
your
hover,
mom,
just
bro.
press the action button.
Thank you, Hunter.
Oh, easy. You kind of... What did you do there? That was not a normal flight. Ooh, look at this
I
cave.
almost forgot. I found this egg.
How convenient. You know, you hoard orbs from us too, and now eggs. This guy, not a real friend. Drop down. Oh,
This
nice.
is a
You know, this is where modern lighting. You know, I'm a huge fan of vertex lighting. You know, the kind of lighting that was used, where it's basically baked in to the game. You know, like in the original, the original Spyros. But the lighting, some of the lighting they do in Reignited is just so good, and even like in Crash 4 as well. You know, the later Toys for Bob game. That's why, you know, I say it ad nauseum. Like, you practically can't go Let's Play part without me pointing out, like, you know, let's get the new one, because holy crap, if this was good in 2018, what's it going to look like in 2022? Like, holy crap, it's going to be out of this world. If it is. There's old Amy. Oh, sorry, Amy, I barely even saw you. Sorry, Amy. Alright, I cannot do the swimming in the egg glitch. Do you guys know the swimming in the egg glitch where you do it like this? It's insane. I know a couple of people that can do it, like my friend Daniel Davidson and stuff like that, and Jeremy Thompson. He's not a friend of mine, but seems like a nice guy. He can do it, and you know, it's basically the trick to get, you know, the 80% record. Like, you want to do that. Here's my bags.
My, how funny to see you here.
Yes.
Why, I haven't seen you since we defeated Ripto in Avalar. Well, my business went into a slump after you left, so I came here and struck up a nice deal with the local sorceress. Lovely woman she is. Seems to be very fond of dragons, too. I'm getting paid a fortune to keep Sheila the kangaroo locked up. This pesky animal must have been causing a lot of trouble for that poor sorceress. I suppose I could accidentally let the kangaroo escape, if you were to pay me, say, a small fee.
No
Don't
thanks.
worry, Spyro. Sheila won't stay in jail forever. Sorceress is thinking about having her executed next Thursday.
What was her crime? Like, what was her crime, Moneybags?
I'm getting
You ever
paid
thought
a
about that?
fortune to keep... Ah, Spyro, I love your sweet naivete. Your kind-hearted nature might be your downfall someday, but for the time being, it's
But
making me rich.
I mean, that is diabolical.
I hope you appreciate this favor I'm doing in letting you out.
That's good of you, mate. No hard feelings, eh?
Right. After all, I'm just doing my job.
Yeah. I reckon you be one of them dragons then.
Yeah, name's Spyro.
Never thought I'd see one. You dragons used to rule this entire world, you know? Then all of a sudden you left. Poof!
Dragons used to live here?
Didn't you know? They say it was over 1,000 years ago, I think.
And they just left?
Yeah, and the weird thing is, after they left, all the magic in the world just sort of went with them. I mean, they say this world used to have magic coming out of the wazoo. Flying ships, singing forests, wishing stones, you name it. But when the dragons left, it all just dried up.
Is that why some of the portals don't work?
Yeah, they're starting to fade out too, one by one. Well, I gotta get back home and do some damage control. Come visit anytime you like.
Do you know what? Part 2 will actually be Sheila's out, so then we can go do Sunny Villa. You know, there's interesting lore there that we can't... I think, you know, I talked about it in the original Let's Play, of course, but I think it's time to talk about it again. As we finish off this level, we're pretty much done, I believe. But it's interesting that they say, like, all the magic. It's like, what about dragons conducted electricity? You know what I mean? Like, what about dragons... Or not conducted electricity, conducted magic, which is kind of a superfluous term. It to me almost sounds like, I don't want to be too critical, that Insomniac were just kind of making stuff up. It's like what was it really? You know, like what about it was so magical? I mean, I get they want to have the idea that the magic, you know, took away, and then all of a sudden, you know, that was it. Oh, they got 400 and 400. But I think it's like singing forests. Like, why would dragons like that? Also, it's also funny from like a terroristic perspective. The dragons would be bigger than like every other creature here. So, and like when they get hungry, it's like, what do they do? So, you know, I'm gonna leave you with that. I'm gonna leave you with that cynicism. Okay, let's be cynical here. No, but I'm really gonna enjoy this. Keep me accountable, guys. Keep me accountable. At me on Twitter if I'm not doing parts. I don't have as much time as I used to. These days, just work is ridiculously busy, which, you know, I know I say that, but like it really is, which is good. I mean, I'm enjoying it. I really do like my job and everything like that. But I will be back, and I will be accountable. And I don't think we'll finish this LP this year, because if you think about it, there's going to be backtracking and stuff, so it's not going to be done by the end of this year, I think. But you know, I think let's try and do a part a week at least. Let's try that. We'll get this done. Spyro 3. I want some guests as well, guest commentators. So I have to think about that too. Get some of my old pals back to talk Spyro. Always good to talk Spyro. And of course on the LP front as well, we've still got Stray going. We've got some Crash Bandicoot, some Ape Escape stuff. So plenty of stuff coming. Thank you guys so much for watching this first part though, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure. This is going to be an awesome LP. Leave a comment, let me know. Leave a like as well. Please do that, because it helps the video a little bit. You know, it helps the video, helps the ego. You want that? You want a bit of a double mix there. Alright guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.